Do the Muscle Man dance. Do the Muscle Man dance. For your mind. I'm James.
I'm Adam.
This is the Pub List, and we got a lot to talk about today. We have Muscle Man dance. Muscle Man. I love Bray Wyatt. I love.
When I first saw the video, I was kind of like, okay, this is how they bury his character, but then
with the Muscle Man dance.
But then when I watched it again, I was like, okay, it's funny.
It's hilarious. Like what we were just talking about. I mean, I know we're going straight. Bray Wyatt is just he's the headliner. He's the headliner
right now. Yeah. Besides Owens and Zayn.
Yeah, exactly.
And Seth.
And Seth. And oh man, just about Bray Wyatt. I just want to talk a little bit about Bray Wyatt before we get into anything. That you can't fuck this up, right?
I mean, they can.
I
wouldn't say they can't. They've had tendency to fuck the
how
shit
cool.
Because remember, like Mordecai, how cool all his promos looked, and then they just gave up
and then
after
just like whatever.
Because a religious group complained that he's like dressed as God and is like attacking people and
but okay. I know I'm gonna go in a little bit of possible predictions, and we're gonna do all our predictions of the super
showdown.
The super shit showdown. The shit showdown. What if they do give Lesnar the title, the Universal title, but
I don't even
but then you let Bray Wyatt destroy Lesnar at SummerSlam.
But that's kind of the one weird thing too is he said he's waiting till Friday. He didn't say he was challenging Seth. He said he's waiting till Friday.
He's waiting till Friday.
So he could still be going after Kofi.
I agree. He could be going after the WWE championship.
Because all he said was wait till Friday.
Wait till Friday.
And if he was going after the Universal title, Seth was down, destroyed, why wouldn't he have just done it there?
Because he's fucking with everybody. And then we kind of cool to say maybe he does destroy Kofi Kingston and he wins the WWE Championship. That'd be interesting. But then, I mean, the way that
top heel for Raw, which could be Bray if he's a heel.
But they said he's a face. He said that he's here for the people. He's here to protect us. He said that in 2 episodes. He's here to protect us.
He did.
And the Fiend is here to protect us.
No, he's not.
From the bad people.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. No, he is. And
I like the idea of it, but I just think eventually
they can't fuck it up.
Well, they can because it's WWE. They fucked everything up.
I know,
but I think the first month or so, he'll be a face, but he's eventually going to be a heel again or a tweener again.
Yeah.
Because, number one, there's not enough heels on Raw or SmackDown, so you need a top one.
Can't he be a face and a heel? Not a tweener, but a face while he's Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt, and then a heel when the Fiend comes out.
I mean, he could be.
That would be cool.
But, that's what I'm saying.
Like we see the Mr. Rogers wrestle.
At Raw right now, AJ may be a heel, but who knows?
And he's out for a bit.
Like a month.
He's resting up.
Joe is a heel, but he's U.S. champ, so he's not really going to
go
out. Corbin.
McIntyre.
McIntyre's been on SmackDown more than he's been on Raw the past few weeks.
Yeah, because of this whole Shane McMahon bullshit.
But, and even him, he's awesome, but I wouldn't consider him a top heel.
He could be, because they haven't used him properly. He should be, and he could be.
And it's even worse if you kind of look at the face thing, too, because Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Then what? Braun Strowman? And he's not used.
Then they've been killing him.
There's really no other main card top faces.
Well, Sami Zayn.
He's not a face.
I mean, heel. I mean,
And since Roman moved to SmackDown,
so who do you really they have?
So right now, and eventually,
The Miz.
Yeah.
But they don't.
Yeah, but they use him more for the show and everything than for actual matches.
That's true.
Yeah, Miz would be like a top face. But at this point, I'd rather see him go to SmackDown because I think on Raw he'll get forgotten about because everyone gets forgotten about on Raw.
Yeah.
But I could see if Brock does cash in on Kofi, an easier route to getting the title quickly with Seth because Bray can come in day one, be top face or top heel.
Oh God, yes.
As he comes back.
The way that they're setting it up, I think he should get the Ziggler treatment and just get a fucking WWE or Universal title match.
Well, Ziggler
right
really got that because Owens didn't want to go to
Okay, that's why.
Yeah,
because they didn't want him to go to.
He
didn't want to go to Super Showdown
because they won't let Sammy there.
So they'll probably. What I've been hearing also, is that they want for Battleground or Stomping Grounds. Triple threat of Owens, Ziggler, and Kofi. If Lesnar does not cash in on.
And if he does, then he can do it for the 4-way.
Well,
with Lesnar,
unless Lesnar doesn't want to do a match. Because
I don't know. There's kind of rumors going around that he's like full-time-ish now, that he's not worried about going back to UFC.
Yeah, because
he's been on more shows than he's ever been before.
That's true. He's been on consecutive shows. So that's good. All right. Before we go into more of WWE and all that stuff, we got to get into NBA, NHL, and a little bit of baseball. Some things have been going on, and you know what? Something that is happening in baseball is kind of intriguing me. But let's go straight to the NBA. We just had Game 3 tonight. We had Toronto won.
3-109.
Toronto won. Are they doing it? Is this it?
Maybe.
Is Kawhi Leonard gonna bring Toronto to the promised land and then say adios? I'm going to the Clippers.
If they win, he'll stay.
I think he stays no matter what.
I think if they win, he definitely stays. If he doesn't,
it's a good shot.
Maybe.
Because you could beat the teams in the East. It's going to be a battle, but but then again, we don't know if Kawhi.
We don't know what Milwaukee's going to do to
improve. And Philly.
Or Philly.
Well, actually, Philly's going to lose Jimmy Butler, because Jimmy Butler's Jimmy Butler.
And wants to come back to the Bulls.
Does what Jimmy Butler
and he wants to come back to the Bulls.
That's insane.
Do it. It'll be fun.
Just get Jimmy Butler and Derrick Rose.
Yep.
And
re-sign Joakim.
Re-sign Joakim.
Taj Gibson.
Get Fred Hoiberg back.
Drew Gooden.
Nate Robinson comes out of retirement.
Tom Thibodeau could be
Hoiberg's assistant. Yeah, he could be the assistant with Fred Hoiberg. And, we could just have a circus in the fucking Bulls. Bring back Dwayne Wade. Who else can we bring in?
Percy Hawkins.
Yeah, sure. Sure, why not? Just get the whole fucking bunch of motherfuckers back.
Waldang.
Oh, dear God.
Brian Scalabrine.
Yes, that I'm okay with.
I'd rather him be the coach at this point, just because it would be hilarious.
Oh yeah, it would be fucking amazing. No, it's a fucking circus, and it is what it is.
What do you do if they actually do resign Jerry Butler?
I don't know. It wouldn't make any sense.
And then they trade the 7th pick for Lonzo Ball.
It's mass suicide.
It's a
mass.
It's a distinct possibility at this point.
It is, and it sucks. What the fuck are the Bulls doing?
In the Bulls' mind right now, they're like, what'll make us really good? Let's bring Jimmy back and get Lonzo Ball. That'll show them.
Yeah, that'll show them. Yeah, Lonzo Ball and Jimmy Butler could both be somehow point guards, and they could. Oh, dear God, it'd be fucking terrible. I just want to throw up all over the fucking place then. But I'm still going to go with Warriors in 6.
I think Warriors still end up winning.
Yeah, I still think Warriors in 6. There's no chance in hell they're going to lose Game 4, right? No chance. It's in Golden State.
Probably not.
And then they'll have possibly Kevin Durant and of course Klay Thompson coming back for Game 5. They go to Toronto. They probably win a very close game, maybe a referee assisted game.
Yeah.
and then go up 3-2, going back to Golden State, and it's like, all right, well, we got you. Good, nice for the scare. Great series, but yeah, in 6. I'd still say Warriors. But it is intriguing about Kawhi Leonard.
Warriors are going to win again. I think like probably maybe 6 or 7, but
yeah,
they'll end up winning. I think, number one, I don't know if the Raptors are going to be able to do this more games than they did already. And
they've already won 2 games, and that's tough against the Warriors. That's fucking tough.
And at this point, I'd almost prefer they lose because I'm sick of Drake.
See, it sucks because, like, I like the Raptors. I like the organization. Even Kawhi, even though Kawhi Leonard did my second favorite team dirty in a way, been a little pussy about it. I still like his play. I still like his demeanor. He's a very quiet dude. He keeps to himself. He doesn't say stupid fucking shit most of the time. And he's honestly the best two-way player in the game in the last 5, 6, 7 years. And it showed. Mm-hmm. And now it's really showing in these playoffs that, people should be looking at him as a top 3 player of the league. Possibly top 3, top 4. And I've been saying that for years. I've been saying that Kawhi Leonard is one of the best players in the goddamn league. And everyone's like, yeah, okay, but what about Russell Westbrook? And, of course, you got KD, and you got LeBron James. And then, the emergence of Steph Curry. But everybody fucking sleeps on Kawhi. Everybody did, and I knew, watching all those Spurs games, this guy right here, he's about something special. And he's showing it.
Yeah.
He's showing it.
I still think Russ is better. Russ is better.
No, he's not.
Offensively.
No, he's just not better. I love Russell Westbrook.
I
love him.
He just can't win.
Not better.
He just can't win.
Well, he can't win.
But he's like what he does offensively is better than what Kawhi does. He
stat
averages
stuffs.
a triple-double.
He stat stuffs though. He takes rebounds away from his own teammates. He
if you
forces
get it,
the pass.
If you get the rebound, are you really taking it from someone else?
Yes, because he's jumping over his own damn guys to get the rebounds.
They're in his way.
But he's a stat stuffer. That's all. And I love Russell. I love him. He's great. He's a player. He's a beast out there. But I would take Kawhi Leonard over Russell Westbrook any fucking day of the week. Any day. And it shows.
I'll take Russ or Giannis. I want this like 7 foot tall.
Not
right there.
I like Giannis,
dunking from
but
the
he's too young. He's too inexperienced.
Well, that's kind of why.
Well, yeah.
Take the younger player.
Well, no, I take Kawhi Leonard right now, and this is showing us all right now why because this wouldn't be happening with DeMar DeRozan. They would have lost the first fucking round.
It could have.
No,
if they would have done the trade different.
Like,
if it would have been Kyle Lowry instead of DeMar.
Okay, but all right. Without Kawhi Leonard, Toronto is nothing.
Kyle Lowry is fucking hot shit.
No, you leave Kyle Lowry alone. He's not terrible.
Yes,
what are you talking about? He's having a decent postseason right now.
And this is the first time he's had a decent anything this year.
What are you talking?
The whole series, like the whole playoffs. This is his best 2 games.
No, he had a great series against Milwaukee too. I'm bringing up Kyle Lowry shit. He's been pretty good. He's been averaging 19 a game with 5 assists or 5 rebounds. He's been doing decent, man. I'm going to show you about Kyle Lowry. You listen. He had 23 points tonight, 4 boards, and 9 assists. This is the shit he's been doing on a nightly basis, and it didn't matter if it was against the Warriors, against the Sixers, against the Bucks. He's been fucking doing it. Look, all right. Golden State, 23-4-9, 13-1-2, 7-6-9. That's fine. That's still decent.
That's not good.
That's still
7
over 20
points
plus.
is terrible.
What? Yeah, but 6 boards and 9 assists?
That's basically what you get from a bench player. 7 points.
That's almost a Russell Westbrook thing. Woo!
No, Russell Westbrook would be 20 points, 13
17-5-8, 17-7-6, 25-5-6, 11-4-5, 15-4-4, 38-2, 10-6-6, 13-5-6, 19-6-5, 14-6-7. I'm at the fucking Philadelphia fucking playoffs series. Okay, and then what? Another bad one on May 2nd, 7-5-5. What out of like how many fucking games? Kyle Lowry's fucking doing it. He is doing it. I like him. He's
they would have been better off keeping DeRozan and trading Lowry for.
Well, yes, because DeRozan is better than Lowry, but that wouldn't make sense for the Spurs.
I don't think the Spurs worry about making sense anymore.
What do you mean?
I don't think that's come across their mind in a while.
What?
Making sense?
They make sense. They're trying to make. You're trading right now. Top three, arguably a top 3 player in the league. You best get something back.
Yeah, but the only
Kyle
reason
Lowry
the trade happened was because of
what
happened in San Antonio. Was that he was unhappy with the way what they were doing, and he was if.
Well, Kyrie was being a little bitch too.
He was being
a little bitch.
But my whole thought process is like the same as like any other. Like nothing's ever one-sided.
Agreed.
And if the team was making him feel like what he's doing doesn't matter, what he's doing.
You try to conversation about it. You talk about it. You've been with this organization for so long, but you know what?
But I could also see his thought process too, being there like
his pussy hurt.
No, being there like saying like, okay, I'm an amazing player. Yeah. But as long as I'm here, they're gonna say Tim Duncan, Robinson, Manu, Tony Parker. Yeah. So why don't I just see where else I could go and be my own person and be like amazing and not have to be like, oh well, you're good, but you're not Tim Duncan. You're good, but you're not Manu or Tony Parker. You're good, but like they were better. So, but you're still a good player for us. It's kind of like why free agents won't come to the Bulls. Well, one of the reasons.
Yeah.
One of the many reasons.
Who wants to be in the shadows of Michael Jeffrey fucking Jordan? You know, and that fucking team.
Dwayne Wade wanted to.
For one fucking season.
That was fun.
When he was a broke down bitch.
And
Rajon Rondo. Yeah, exactly. And now maybe the second coming of Jimmy Butler.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
He'll wear 23 this time.
23 and a half. 22 and a half. But no, yeah, it's going to be interesting about that, you know, and where Kawhi goes and where he stays. If they win or if they didn't do
there's a good chance he stays.
Against Golden State.
But
I think he will.
But if he stays, then it makes everything else more interesting because that's kind of the one guy the Lakers have targeted since before.
He doesn't want to play with LeBron.
Well, no, he doesn't want to. But that's like one person the Lakers have been like, oh, well, we're going to get Kawhi.
Well, and Anthony Davis.
Yeah, but they had to trade for Davis.
And New Orleans just trolling them. You guys suck. Oh, you want to give us Lonzo Ball? Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here.
If I was the Pelicans and they were trying to trade, I'd be like, okay, you want to trade for Anthony Davis, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, 3 first-round picks.
I was about to say you got to get some first-round picks.
Who else do they got that's good?
Do they give up their 4th overall pick?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Fourth pick and future picks.
Oh shit, that's a lot for Anthony Davis.
And Kyle Kuzma and Brandon Ingram.
And you got to make
Brandon Ingram and Kuzma don't really work.
Right.
With
and you got to make sure that Anthony Davis does a sign trade.
Yeah, and make sure
he does an extension with that shit.
And make sure Lonzo's not involved in the trade because you don't want that.
No, you don't want him. You don't want him at all. So NHL.
Yep.
It's been an interesting series also. Yeah. It's been fun. St. Louis has been hanging in there. They came back after they lost that 7-2 game. I forgot what the final score was in game 4. I was working that night. You're checking it up. I'm checking it up, and we're terrible people for not even knowing this shit. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, they won 4-2.
Yeah.
So game 5 is tomorrow.
Yep.
Boston should win this series.
I also think Boston wins.
I think they do too. But you know what?
They got better goaltending. They got mostly better line depth and better, except for Tarasenko, better players. Boston should win.
They should win. But I'm gonna go with this. This is maybe a cop out. Whoever wins tomorrow wins it all.
Probably, because that's
But I
generally
think Boston
how it goes
tomorrow.
in
Yeah.
the
When
playoff
it's 2-2.
series. When it's 2-2,
whoever wins Game 5 usually
ends
is
up
going to
winning
win
the series.
Yeah.
But
I know it's a cop out, but I think it's still going to be Boston.
The way I'm viewing this, since the Blues are keeping their young goalie in, is kind of like when the Hawks series were going on. Like one game, the Hawks would just blast them like 6-0.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, you know how to beat the goalie.
Yeah. Now
launch at him and you keep going.
But then they don't do shit.
Yeah, I think Boston this game will kind of come out like that and just come out
just kind of like what they did in the 7-2 game,
yeah.
and just and probably buckle down on defense too. After giving
depending
up
on if
goals.
Chara plays or not.
Yes, he's got what, broken jaw?
Yep.
And big motherfucker's got a broken jaw. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I think Boston comes out. Then they'll get a championship. Congratulations. Go fuck yourself. I think they do it in 6 too.
Yeah.
I think they win Game 5 and then they win Game 6 and that's it.
Yeah.
I think St. Louis doesn't have enough. They're not deep enough.
And I don't think their goalie's going to be able to stand up to Jose Marchand and all their players they got. I think Boston ends up getting it in 6.
Agreed. So we have a little bit of baseball talk. And I know you're a very happy man about this. Very, very happy.
Depending on when he actually plays.
It's going to be in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit. But you guys got Kimbrel.
Yep.
The Cubs, the Chicago Cubs got Kimbrel. For what, 3 years, $45 million?
Which isn't bad for a top closer.
Yeah, I mean, he's aging.
He's older, but he still did good last year. And
we'll see how he does this year.
And now he kind of has, the one thing I'm thinking of it as right now is, yeah, it sucks he wasn't signed at the beginning of the season, so you could have really organized your bullpen. But at this point, I'm thinking of more like, he's had, 3-4 months where he's not throwing pitches.
He's working out,
yeah,
right?
Well, no, he's working out.
Yeah.
But he's not throwing games. He's not throwing side sessions. He's just kind of stretching, lifting. So he's had basically months of nowhere on his arm.
Right.
So, and you signed to a 3-year contract almost in the middle of this season.
Like a 2.5 year.
Yeah.
I mean, you're paying for 2 3/4. No, 60 games in. 2 1/3.
Yeah.
2 2/3. That's what you're paying for. And for somebody that's as good as he is, that's
plus
pretty
it also really not just improves the Cubs bullpen, it kind of lengthens that the World Series one was.
Yeah.
Where they had Chapman, Montgomery.
Because now he's going to be fresher.
Well, not just that, but you have now essentially it's Kimbrel, Strop.
Right.
Edwards, Montgomery.
Yeah.
Cishek.
Yes.
Who closed it today.
Mm-hmm.
And we're probably going to keep Maples up because he's been doing okay. As if you go 5 or 6 in the bullpen, sometimes they only like to do 5, but essentially, especially a pitcher like Montgomery has kind of shown where if you have a pitcher who, say, Darvish or Lester, can't get out of the 3rd or 4th inning, then you have, instead of having Montgomery closing like he was a few games this year, you have him come in the 4th inning, then he could usually work till the 7th or 8th and just kind of be like a backup starter. And then you'll have basically, I think it'll be Strop as a setup and Edwards and then Kimbrel as a closer. But they also have to think if Brandon Morrow comes back, which is questionable at this point because nobody seems to know what his injury is or what his rehab assignments are. But if he comes back too, then that adds another pretty effective arm to the back of the bullpen along with Kimbrel.
Yes.
So I like the signing. The game tonight was interesting.
Yeah.
Every
game for the Cubs is interesting. They're still in first place in the NL
David
Central.
Bodie had 8 RBIs.
How the fuck, man? That's
he had a 3-run homer. He had a 2 or 3-run double.
And then a little bit more after that.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing that I've now noticed, and I remember the beginning of the off season and back in January, February, and going into March, and
When no one
I
was getting
I
signed.
was yelling and screaming about how is Kimbrel and Keuchel not signed. This is retarded. This is
But
stupid.
now it makes sense. It was because draft picks.
Yes,
They didn't,
you're right.
No
one wanted to compensate a draft pick for them, you know, and
which
it
makes sense because you don't want to give up a potential good to maybe developmental young player just to sign a veteran,
right?
That you don't know what you're going to get.
Now, is this something that baseball needs to change in the rule books?
I don't think there's any way they can really, because
I mean, you just take the draft picks away.
Yeah, but if the draft has already passed,
right,
it's for that year's draft.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
So they can't take next year's draft pick away.
No, I know, but you just take it away all together, so you don't have to worry about I want to get this free agent, but it's still February, and I don't want to give up a draft pick for this year's draft. So you just take that compensation away.
I don't think they will, because most sports in restricted free agency have that compensation attached to it. Like NHL, I know does it. NFL does it.
NFL doesn't.
Yeah, if they're a restricted free agent, that's where the compensatory picks come from.
Oh, that draft? Yeah. But that draft is bullshit.
Well, no, that's like one the extra third round picks, the extra fourth round picks. The other one is the supplemental draft. But this say Packers had just say Jordy was a restricted free agent. He signed with the Raiders. Yeah. Depending on how good he does, you could get anywhere from a third round to sixth round additional pick.
You're right.
And that's kind of what baseball was trying to do. But baseball's is different.
They found a loophole.
Because baseball's version was how big of a contract you sign them to is how big of a pick you. So if the Cubs would have originally at the beginning of the year given him like a $90, $100 million contract,
that would be a first round pick. Then it would be
a first and a second round pick.
Right.
But
makes sense.
But now that they waited till the draft is over,
they don't have to worry about
losing it.
But then it also, I guess it does hurt a little bit of the organization, because we're going to find out, with Kimbrel and possibly Keuchel, when he might go to the Yankees or the Indians.
Yeah, I can see him going to the Indians. They need someone right now.
Yes, but we're going to find out.
Brewers need a starter, man.
Well, but the Brewers don't know what the fuck they're doing in a way.
But Brewers are
they don't.
They're a really good team. It's just I'm more confused about them not signing a starter than I was the Cubs not signing a bullpen arm. Because the Cubs, for as much as they needed a bullpen arm, at the beginning of the season, they were thinking, oh, we got Morrow, we got Strop, we got Edwards, we'll be okay.
Good.
We'll be okay. Well, no, but at the time, they're like, okay, Morrow's a proven arm. Strop and Edwards are good developmental arms. So
they've
at the
time, big time games.
Yeah, and same with Montgomery. And at the time, they're probably okay. If a trade or a free agency opens up, we can sign him like they just did, or we'll just roll with this and see what happens.
Yeah.
But the Brewers, since the beginning of the year, have had no rotation.
None.
And there were some really good starting pitchers besides Keuchel.
Yeah.
In this free agency,
and they didn't go for any of them.
And they did. I think a part of that is being the small market team.
Now,
and especially when you just spent a lot on Yelich and Kane. Who's the third baseman? Moustakas.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they got him. So, they went for bats more than pitching. And
they kind of did the weird version of the opposite of the Cubs. Because the Cubs kind of, everything was through the draft. Drafted their offense, developed it. Brewers just tried to sign a million to the Yankees and sign $1 million free agent bats.
Let's
go.
Exactly. But no,
I'd still say
that they keep doing this because, I'm saying, if Kimbrel and Keuchel say, the rust goes, the rust keeps on going, or not keeps on going, but there's a lot of rust even after AAA and all that ball and all that shit, and they're not ready until middle of July or end of July. And maybe they're not ready at all. And maybe they're just rusty as fuck.
I mean, it's
instead
hard to
of being
believe they wouldn't
fresh,
be ready at all, just because
it
eventually you'll get back into it. Like it's not like
eventually.
because
I mean, I
look at
guess.
Schwarber.
Yeah.
He missed that whole year of the World Series.
Yeah.
That came in the World Series and did what Schwarbers do and hit dingers.
I hit dingers. I hit dingers. Maybe.
So, like a lot of the baseball stuff, the same with any sport.
Yeah.
Is the whole muscle memory thing.
Yes.
Once you get into the motion of it,
then you're fine.
Then you're like, okay, I'm back. I know what I'm supposed to do. I can go. I think the pitchers will be the same way. I think it'll be a little different for a relief pitcher like Kimbrel, who usually like would go like every day or every other day or every 3 days.
Right.
Than someone like Keuchel, who's once every 5 days.
True.
So it might take a little longer for Kimbrel to get ready. But even if, say, end of July, August is when he's ready, if the Cubs are still in a position where they're 2-3 games up in the division, then that just gives them another. And even if they're not, and if they're a game or 2 back, then you're like, oh, Kimbrel's back now. Yeah, most of our offense, except for Zobers, who's disappearing.
That's probably the reason why they got Kimbrel too.
Yeah, it is because he's on the reserve retired list.
Exactly, so he's not going to be getting paid the full.
Well, no, he's getting paid. Yeah. It just doesn't count.
It doesn't count salary. Exactly. So he should be fine. I
can see them moving him into being a coach.
Yeah, I can see that. Something like that, assistant or something like that. Yeah, I mean that's what we got going on for those three, and you know, and shit, we got the NBA draft coming up in a few weeks. I want to say, you know, that's great. So we're gonna go to WWE.
I got something. For good. Do you think the Sox buy or sell at the deadline?
Neither.
I mean, they're going to do one or the other. No. They're not going to do nothing.
No, why? Why? They have no reason to do either one. Why would they sell when they still have so many prospects down in the AAA that they're going to bring up this year? We're going to see Robert. We're going to see Cease.
I call him Lou Bob.
Lou Bob! I love him. Lou Bob. I love him.
I want him to change his jersey to that too. Like
Lubob.
Yeah, Lou Bob.
Lou Bob. I want that. I want that.
And now Lou Bob.
And then the pitcher, Cease. Yeah. I think that's.
Didn't he get hurt?
Is he hurt?
I thought he got hurt.
Maybe he's hurt. Well, I know Kopech is hurt.
Yeah.
That's very sad.
And so is Rondo, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still out. You know, I think he's coming back. July?
Maybe. The way I'm thinking, not like obviously any of their players.
Their bigger ones.
But I'm saying like someone like Colomé or Jones.
Why?
Like, who are because they're 1 year because they're 1 year isn't Colomé a 1 year contract?
Let me see.
Why not get something for him if you're not going
you just want him yourself.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, if you're thinking about it, like, from how the teams build, like, yeah, you have a bunch of prospects, but you could always use more. Because look at the Cubs. At least 1 or 2 of them aren't going to pan out.
Well, no, I understand that, but, like...
And even, like, the pitchers, it's the same thing. Like, at least 1 or 2 of those pitchers aren't going to pan out.
Why does it say that he's not full?
Yeah, it was a 1 year contract.
Yeah, in 2019. Base salary, that's fine. Contract 1 year. Yeah, 1 year for 7.
So, like, I can understand if, like, there were options for, like, the next year's, like, yeah, keep him, and he'll be a closer for next year. But if since it's a 1 year contract,
then
you've seen in trade markets what a pitcher like that can get for your team.
So, okay, fine. I'll give you that. To possibly trade him away, especially because you have him as a 1 year contract, so you pretty much just had him for like the first 100 games or so, and then you trade him to a big, it's a huge contender. But if the Sox, and I know this might be crazy to say, if they are only 7 games out of a wild card, why not keep him? Why not? We have the bats.
Yeah.
The bats, and I know our starting rotation, it's getting better.
Yeah.
I mean, Giolito is rocking it. He's rocking it. And, Ronaldo Lopez is doing what he's doing. And
who's the one who keeps giving up 8 runs to Bunis or whatever?
he's
every time I see him.
He's not playing next year.
Every time I see him.
Over!
Playing for game for the Sox. I'm like, how many are you going to give up this
time? 10, 12, 70.
Like, one game I think I saw was 14. I was like, what the fuck did he do?
I know.
I was like, you have to really try to be bad to give up 14 runs.
He's like what James Shields was for us way back in the day, like a few years ago. But yeah, like if we're in a wild card hunt, keep them and try to get these kids a playoff game. Even if it's the wild card one, you'll probably lose because we don't have unless Giolito becomes that stud or Rondon comes back and he's a fucking monster for the rest of the season. Okay, fine and great. Yeah, you might win that wild card game. You're gonna get your ass whooped the next fucking series, but
depending on who you
it'd
face,
be cool. Huh?
Depending on who you would face, though, because like if that,
it would probably be the Yankees or Red Sox. Or
that's what I'm saying. If
it's gonna be one of those
was against the Red Sox, the way Sale's been pitching too.
Well, they wouldn't put Sale in. I don't think they would probably put Carson.
But that's what you don't know though, because they might just be like, "Oh, you're facing the Sox?
Go
get
him! Put Sale in. Fuck him." But Sale's been sucking.
He just had a 13 strikeout game.
He usually does.
And he had a shutout.
Okay,
complete game shutout with 13 strikeouts.
So maybe he's finally finding his stride again. But yeah, like if we're in contention for a playoff spot, keep it as is. If not, fine. Get rid of Colomé. Get rid of a few of the bigger contracts. See,
I mean, you don't really except for Avasale, you really don't have any big contracts. And even Avasale, he's still young enough to where I really wouldn't trade him away just in case one of those outfielders doesn't pan out.
Now, yes, and now
and plus you need 3 outfielders.
Well, yeah,
but
the age-old question is,
and then DH
Jose Abreu.
I'd trade him.
If
you could get a good package for him, I'd trade for him.
Because we just got that one kid in the draft. You know, the guy that's
first baseman.
Well, that's perfect. Yeah. Jose Abreu is, first baseman.
Not a first baseman?
Yeah, I'm an idiot. Yes. But no, like, I think they're really keeping Abreu around because he's still good. He's still really good.
Yeah.
But also, he's teaching the younger Cubans and Dominicans. And I think they're waiting for Lubob to get up so then Abreu could, like, kind of show him the ropes before Abreu gets traded or his contract is up.
Yeah. I think there's a good chance they trade him.
I don't know.
Like, just because the same thing, the 1 year left, usually that's what happens on players with 1 year left. Especially, like,
True.
Yeah, if the Sox are within, like, 5-6 games, they'll keep him. But if you're not, I mean, why not trade him and look at, what did they do? One, Cubs traded off Feldman and, like, a bunch of other Coghlan and all those for Arrieta and Stroh.
And they got you guys a World Series.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
and
that's why, like, the only one I wouldn't, like, be sold on trading would be Avisail Garcia.
Yes.
Just because I think he's still got 3 years left on your deal.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
He's like 25, 26.
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't
young
trade him.
enough.
He would be really nice to be a veteran.
DH.
DH, and the veteran of the club.
But that's why you could also trade Abreu, too, because couldn't Avisail
kind of like
essentially step into, especially since he's an outfielder.
That's true.
And same with Eloy. Like, Eloy can help him too. He's young.
And maybe he is right now,
But like, being outfielders too is a little, like, yeah, if I understood Abreu, like, with the helping Moncada and the other, like, Garcia, the other infielders.
Yeah.
Because, like, infield positioning, where to go, everything. But Abreu, number one, he doesn't really know that much about playing first base, but he knows even less about playing in the outfield. So
it's a great DH. What do you think about me? You know.
But that's what I'm saying. They'd have to keep Avisail just because. Yeah,
they have to. You can't get rid of both. You cannot get rid of Abreu and Avisail. But if you trade Avisail, you need to extend the contract of Abreu. That needs to happen.
Yeah.
You get rid of both, you're fucking it up.
Yeah.
You're going down the Chicago Bulls type road right there. I don't care how young.
Frank Thomas and Jim Tomei again.
Mark Burley, John Garland. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Adam Dunn.
Aaron Rowan.
Nope.
No Adams. No Adam LaRoche and his fucking stupid bitch-ass son. And no Adam Dunn.
They're gonna play.
And Adam Eaton. Fuck Adam Eaton, too.
Eaton was good.
He was good, but he's crazy. He's crazy bad, not good. I mean, he's good in baseball, but he's fucking loco, man.
They're gonna bring back Adam Dunn and let him be the hitting coach. But like, if you got 2 strikes, just
swing. It's gonna hit your head. Swing, motherfucker. Oh, Jesus.
But because the way I'm seeing with outfielders now, Eloy's gonna be amazing. Lubob might be.
We'll see. He might be good.
But
Moncada's gonna be good.
Well, Moncada's infield.
Yeah.
But you still have that third position, which would be Avisail. Because I don't care what people say to me about him. Paleka is not someone that's going to be
he's not. No,
because
I don't want him.
Because at the beginning of the year, I think Mac on the score, because he's a Sox fan, was saying how Paleka is going to be the Sox Schwarber.
Oh yeah.
At the time, I was just like,
watch out for Paleka. Get the fuck out.
At the time I heard him, I was like, do you mean Eli?
Yeah.
I was like, that would make sense. That makes sense. It's like, no Paleka. I'm like, no.
No.
I was like, is it because he's white? Because that's the only thing they have in common.
Seriously. That's the only fucking reason, and that don't mean anything. Get Paleka out of here. Well, maybe he could be utility at best. At best.
Even at utility, though, I mean, I wouldn't even consider him that because you still have more young outfielders besides those 2 in the minors. So
exactly.
You don't want him taking up a roster spot for someone who can develop.
Especially with some, we got some good places. So, I gotta still think of a douche of the week. This sucks. Fuck. We're halfway through, more than halfway through the show now. Douche of the week. Do you have a douche of the week?
Maybe.
Who's pissed you off?
No one really. Let me see.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna go with Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Because why the... Yeah, you know what? I'm going with Vincent Kennedy McMahon because now, all right, not a little bit, but a lot of wrestling talk. The Talk is Jericho interview came out with John Moxley, and what Moxley was saying, and it's nothing new.
It was awful.
It's nothing new.
They wanted to say it was awful, but I keep thinking in my mind, I was like, and the Attitude Era, that would get such amazing heat that it would be so great because it would just be like...
We don't even know what the line is.
No, we do.
What is it?
It was...
Jericho denied it.
No, but Moxley's basically said it was right.
What was the line?
That, something like, Seth Rollins, you're not going to have to worry because I'm going to kill your career like leukemia is going to take out Roman.
I feel numbness now. What the fuck? You're right. In the Attitude Era, that would have been
the #1 star.
That would have been game over. We got what the fuck's going on? Hey now,
he would have been top star and
that was
that's amazing. But
oh my God, what the fuck? But everything that Moxley said was everything that we already knew in a way, because he said
He had ideas that he wanted to do, and they wouldn't let him.
And I knew it. I fucking knew it. You could even go back to the episode that of the pub list when I was saying, what in the goddamn actual fuck is WWE doing with Dean Ambrose, with Jon Moxley's character when he did the fucking backstage thing of getting the fucking tetanus shots and shit like that. And you could see it in his fucking eyes. You could see it in Ambrose's eyes that he hated what he was doing. Yeah. And he even said on Talking Jerk, he was like, I already knew I was going to leave WWE, but that was like one of the biggest points of like, yeah, that 100% just went up to like 3,000%. Like, fuck this shit. He even went into Vince McMahon like, what is this? Yeah. What? I hate this. You're gonna make my character into something fucking idiotic, and it was god awful, god fucking awful.
Yeah, and like I'm happy for him. Like
I am too.
He won the U.S. title in Japan, and that was cool.
Yes, he did.
But like my whole thought process is like, as much as I like him as Dean Ambrose or Jon Moxley, the kind of point is, it's not like they never gave him anything. He was a 3-time world champion, a 2-time Intercontinental champ, a U.S. champ, tag champs.
You're right.
So he's had titles.
It's just that he didn't run with it.
And it's like as much on him as it is on the writers. When he was a champion, no one seemed to care. It was just like, okay, Dean Ambrose.
Like you said best. He's best while chasing titles.
Which is what will be interesting to see in Japan if he's the same with the U.S. title.
Well, I mean,
it's a different version of him.
He's an independent contractor, so you know he's going to lose it soon because he's in AEW. He signed a multi-contract with AEW.
Yeah.
So we're going to see how he is more when AEW becomes more of a weekly thing on TNT.
Yeah.
And that's going to be in September or October. But no, I agree.
But I also understand kind of like WWE's, not on the awful writing thing, but WWE's thought process on the whole being upset with him for doing that was because he basically told Vince and Triple H, oh, I'm just going to go away, like do Hollywood for a little while, hang out, charge my battery, and then maybe come back. And then he, like, the next day he signed AEW.
But he said that he didn't even really think he was going to sign with AEW. He actually wanted to do more of just, like, independent contracting shit. Yeah. Like,
I think that's going to get AEW in trouble. Letting so many of their people kind of independent contract.
Well, Ring of Honor does that, right?
Yeah, but Ring of Honor doesn't really worry about a weekly TV show and a weekly...
But they don't have it yet.
Yes.
So Ring of Honor they might change it once they get it.
They already have it. They just haven't premiered
once they start, doing the tapings and all that shit.
But that also loses part of what they like about the stars like about AEW, that we don't have to worry about being locked down into one company. We could just go where we want.
And that's something that they're taking from Japan.
That kind of
they're okay with that shit.
And that's kind of what happened with Double or Nothing, where the Lucha Brothers ended up getting hurt, and AAA had to cancel an event because they were supposed to have another CML title match, but they got hurt at the show,
right?
So they couldn't.
And
I think other companies might kind of go like, we know you're kind of independent, but
because
we're not going to risk this anymore.
TNA's champion Brian Cage, he was backstage. Mm-hmm. At AEW, and then they called him right away, like, "Yo, you
can't come out.
You can't go out there." Or, that's
same with Morrison. Morrison was there too, and they said no.
And so I mean, I understand. If it's cool to be that person, like, yo, independent contract, and I think there's a lot of pros and cons. Yeah. It's a very gray area because it's gonna definitely want a lot of wrestlers, a lot of superstars to go to AEW and be like, yeah, this is cool and all, but like you said, if they get injured,
then they lose
whatever
future bookings, money,
exactly, future bookings, future money from other places, because you just got hurt in AEW and we can't use you now, and then they're like, oh, so this is the negative shit. This is the cons of it, and that's why WWE, TNA, they don't like doing that shit,
and even WWE, they kind of do it because they let the UK guys go all over and go to Premier and Progressive.
Because they're not getting enough money from WWE to be liable I get it.
But like you said, we said last week, Double or Nothing was
great,
amazing. I'm still not sold on the whole Jericho being in the title match.
I agree.
I think I agree. Just because in the back of my mind, I'm thinking he's gonna give himself that world title.
Oh yeah, he is. You know what's gonna happen.
And I know, guarantee, Kenny and Cody and the Bucks will be like, no, but Paige should win because we want to build the company around him, which was the rumor of it all along.
Mm-hmm.
But Jericho will just be like, oh no, it'll be better if I win, and then he beats me, and
like 3 months from now,
that'll be big. But then when 3 or 4 months comes, he's like, no, if he beats me at this big show, it'll be
Jarrett.
Yeah,
it's Jeff Jarrett all over again. That's all it is.
And that's kind of why Jericho is still kind of my douche of the week. Just I've always liked him. Just for as much as WWE has given him, which is a shit ton.
Yes, I agree.
Because if he never signed there, he would not be anywhere near the star he is right now.
I agree. Because he would have stayed in WCW. He would have signed that huge contract, or ECW, and they would have been bought, and he would have been bought out in about 2 years anyway, or 3 years.
Yeah.
And then he would finally have to go to WWE or just do independent shit.
But
if he went to WWE, he would have been buried.
But then he would have gone late,
and he would have been
because
buried. And they
part of what made it cool
was the Y2K show.
Yeah, with the Y2K, and he debuted basically on
all
the
the
New
promos
Year.
and shit.
And he debuted on the New Year.
Chicago.
Yeah, I was there.
Which made him into a huge star.
Made him into a star.
Exactly.
The whole thing of one of the reasons he always said on his podcast of why he wanted to leave WWE was kind of the not giving him his own plane to the Saudi show and everything, and the not treating him like the main eventer.
He didn't get the Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, not treating him like the main eventer he thought he was. But I kept
But that's interesting because way back, I want to say the mid 2000s and late 2000s, from 2006 to 2009, he was all about making the younger talent beat him.
Yeah,
he was all I even heard a story that was yo, we're gonna give you the WWE Championship again. It's no. I'd rather want to lose to the younger talent to get them up, so we could have more superstars in WWE.
Yeah, it was, but then
I guess he changed his mind after a few years.
The whole Owens rivalry, because supposedly either they told him or he got it in his mind that at WrestleMania he was supposed to beat Kevin Owens for the Universal title.
And he did. Oh, for the Universal.
But
he beat him for the U.S. Championship.
Yeah.
He won that match.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
But yeah,
it was surprising.
Then the next year when Owens had the Universal, the match was different. Ended up with the Goldberg. But the rumor was Jericho had it in his mind he was supposed to beat Owens, not Goldberg.
Well, and we all know that Goldberg and Jericho have a huge
past. Yeah. And
so that might have pissed him off.
Yeah. But the whole thing of him thinking I get it. Every wrestler, every star thinks they're main event, they're the best thing ever.
Especially when you're older and it's yo, I have an illustrious career, and it could get to your head.
But if you kind of look at it like this, say you're booking a WrestleMania match.
Yes.
You have the options: Brock Lesnar,
yeah,
The Rock,
yeah.
Who else would kind of look at Taker?
Yeah.
I'll throw Triple H in.
Sure.
And Jericho. Of those five,
yeah.
Where would Jericho rank on if that's the main event? I'm that interested in this.
Yeah.
Early 2000s Jericho, that would be the top.
Yeah, early 2000s or late 2000s, sure, fuck yeah, let's go for it. But no, I understand because, Taker, he's more of a commodity now, and now we're going to, we'll get to our predictions of him and Goldberg. Lesnar is still a draw. As much as...
And this kind of gimmick has made him more entertaining because it's a lot more fun.
It's scary fun. And if he becomes more weekly or even bi-weekly, it's going to be a lot of fun.
And it's going to stop what most people's main complaint about him is that he's never there.
He's never there. So if he does become Universal or WWE Champion again, as long as he's there every week, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it. If you want to put him in a 6-man tag and, he doesn't do a lot of things in it on a Monday Night Raw, fucking main event, sure, why not? I don't care. At least he's there. At least he's there. At least the champ is there. And, yeah.
Also, if they kind of let him
fun.
What I've wanted for a while, and I think that might happen at this show, is because I think a lot of his limitations were the UFC training.
I agree.
If they let him open up his moveset again, like do the multiple power bombs, do the backbreakers,
the gut busters,
belly to belly suplexes.
Well, he did the belly to bellies anyway.
But he usually does German, not
belly.
Yeah, but let him go back to doing like the T-bone suplexes, the tosses, the backbreak. Like where he used to do like the 6 backbreakers in a row, then not 5.
Thank you.
If
he can still do it. I know he's a little bit older now, but I mean
he's in better shape than he's been
in a while
in WWE. I think, and plus the back. If you could do the F5, you could essentially, especially someone like Seth or Kofi.
Yeah,
you can lift them off for the backbreakers and then just toss them up.
Exactly. But yeah, if he opens up his arsenal at Saudi Arabia,
just don't try to do the shooting star press again, or you'll die.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. But yeah, you know what? Let's get to those predictions because I actually have
another with Raw and SmackDown.
Oh yeah, let's go over the reviews of Raw and SmackDown. I forgot all about that.
Raw was good. I'm like
Bray Wyatt. I want 3 hours. I want 3 hours of Firefly Funhouse. Firefly Funhouse. I want 3 hours of it.
That was amazing.
That's
like the one thing I'm really interested about is like how their own 2 shows are kind of perceiving like complete opposite messages in one superstar. With Alexa Bliss on Raw, she's a face with Nikki Cross facing the Iconics and kind of getting bullied and like being like everyone's attacking her and then she gets mad and attacks them. Then on SmackDown, she's back to being heel Alexa.
Yeah.
And ends up winning the #1 contendership match.
Yes, and faces Bayley at Stomping Grounds.
Alexa's able to
wrestle again,
and it's nice. But I don't know if, number one, if on SmackDown she wasn't really acting like a heel, she was just being like kind of her sarcastic self.
Yeah.
And they secretly turned her face without anybody noticing. Kind of like when Miz first turned.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, okay.
Oh, all right. Yeah, now we got to feel sorry for you. So, cool.
And, like, I think if we're doing, like, even at Stomping
I think Grounds, it's a tease. I think she turns on Nikki Cross.
I think eventually she does, but I think Nikki helps her win the title over Bayley.
I can see that. I can see that.
And then either Nikki becomes heel or...
And goes after Alexa. Mm-hmm. Or Alexa Bliss turns on her and say, I did this by myself because I'm fucking Alexa Bliss, so fuck you.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can totally see that. Yeah, Monday Night Raw, it was all right.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Just Bray Wyatt, man. Brock Lesnar, because everybody was fucking saying, everybody and their own fucking mothers were saying, Lesnar cashes in on June 3rd on Monday Night Raw, beats Seth Rollins, to make it a triple threat or a rematch or whatever at Saudi Arabia. And everybody was on it. I was on it. I'm like, oh, here we go. This is what we're going to do. Here we go. And they didn't. And you know what? That was a nice curveball.
It was.
It was a very nice curveball that they did not do that because all the rumors were saying that it was going to happen because I think both of our predictions for Saudi Arabia is totally different. It's the same, but we think he's going after Kofi. I think he's going to go after Kofi. But I think it was awesome that it happened that way. Undertaker is Undertaker.
Yeah.
It's funny how Monday Night Raw was cut short on him.
Yeah, I do like, the part of his promo that aired, though, where he basically said, like, oh, don't bring the family good guy Goldberg.
Yeah.
Or you're going to get buried. I want
the 172 and 0 Goldberg, and and Goldberg did his spiel on SmackDown, which was good. It's like, all right, cool. Once again, I know this guy's a man of not a whole lot of words, but he still gets it done. Randy Orton.
Yeah.
They did an amazing segment with Triple H and
No,
Randy Orton on
I
Monday
like
Night Raw.
the whole
Triple H is just a
Triple H
he's
is
phenomenal.
amazing. Always
He
been
always
amazing
does.
on the ring.
Yeah.
On the mic and in the ring.
Yes.
But I like the whole when Orton thought he had Triple H hands. I was like, oh, make sure you let Stephanie get your balls out first.
Yeah.
And Triple H is like, yeah, you know, the problem is mine are so big, I can't just carry them around with me.
Exactly. Maybe I will ask her to put them in my suitcase and put them in the carry-on and overhead.
Since they're so big, I can't.
But Orton, you wouldn't know about it because you don't got any balls. It was great.
Yeah.
It was great ball busting.
And they're like always great together.
Yes.
Obviously, great friends. They know each other well.
Exactly. And you know, no attacking, which is good.
And I like before that, like Triple H didn't even provoke it because he just basically said, like, I always knew you were going to be what you are.
Yeah.
And we helped mold you into it.
Yeah.
Then Orton just does what Orton does. And,
you know, it was great. That's a lot of the younger superstars need to look at that. And learn from these two legends. You know,
but that's also a little bit more of WWE letting them do what they want.
Well,
because it is Triple H and because it is Randy Orton.
But they need to do that.
And they aren't gonna let the younger people do it. And also, like, once again, I love, even though it's the same match over and over again, I just love
Cesaro and
Ricochet. Cesaro is just,
now I did see somebody, you know, on YouTube that say that what happened at the ending was kind of bad.
Yeah.
But I loved it because you get more comedy relief with R-Truth.
Yeah.
I love it. I love R-Truth as this 24/7 champion. I hope it's Bray Wyatt, R-Truth, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. They run Raw and SmackDown. They run it. I love this whole thing of I hope R-Truth is champion every week because it's funny.
I think
it's hilarious.
I think one thing that may lead to a loss for like more than a day or two.
Yeah.
I think he'll run into the Fiend version of Bray backstage and just get like terrified and just like try to run away.
Like lay down or something.
No, just try to run away, and then someone like Drew McIntyre or Elias will be behind him and just like wait him out.
The 1, 2, 3 on them.
Yeah.
I love the comedy of R-Truth. I think it was hilarious that, you know, he was on the table and, you know, running around and all that shit. Great comedy, great shit. SmackDown was good, you know. The only thing that's getting stale, I think, is the whole Shane McMahon thing.
Yeah.
Shane McMahon's getting it's all right, cool. Maybe it's because he's trying to face Roman Reigns. You know, you're trying to do the McMahons versus Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is The Rock or Austin or some bullshit. Yeah. And it's like, all right, well, Shane McMahon's got his crony again. You know, Elias and McIntyre, and all right, fine, great, whatever, cool. Whatever.
Yeah, it's fun. I actually saw this comic online that Liv Morgan made because they don't show her on TV, so she's got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So it's Carmella and R-Truth running with the 24/7, and Carmella's like, "Oh, let's hide in here," and then they're all like, "I'm trying to get the next one." Then the next one is they're in the. They're basically inside the locker room. It's like, like, Truth, do you smell like cotton candy? And then Carmella's like, I was about to ask you the same thing.
Oh God.
And then Liv just pops up.
Oh my God.
With her tongue out, and then the Carmella and
they run
away.
That's funny.
And like that's kind of what I think one ending is gonna be. I think Carmella's gonna end up beating him for it.
Carmella beats R-Truth.
That would be hilarious.
And then she runs with the 24/7.
Or like something like accidental happens, like they get knocked down into each other. Carmella just lands on top of
R-Truth and wins. That would be comedic. And they said, you know, females could fucking win this title too. And I think it'll be really funny for Carmella to win this. SmackDown was fine. It was all right. Trying to think, what the fuck's going on? All right, what are they going to do with Aleister Black? Because this is another like weekly thing of promotions that you see on SmackDown, and everybody, anybody, just fucking come through that door and fucking challenge me. Nobody has. You're all pussies. Blah 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 blah. Who doesn't?
Against him?
Yeah. Who challenges Aleister Black?
I could see either Elias or
I'm gonna give you a disappointing one.
Or Andrade.
I'm gonna give you a disappointing one.
R-Truth?
Mojo Rawley.
They're on different shows.
Superstar. Wild.
Well, I don't think he's gonna. No. Number one, I think by the time Aleister shows up, that whole thing might be, except for the 24/7 too, that whole thing might be done.
It would be comedic if R-Truth just runs into there to hide.
And then Aleister just wipes him out.
Just black masses him, does one, boom, 1, 2, 3, becomes the 24/7. That would be funny.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
And I did like that with the whole like Truth and Shane when Truth ran in on Shane's celebration.
Yes.
And then he's trying to apologize to him on the phone.
Know, I'm sorry. And then all of a sudden Claymore kick Elias gets the title for like an hour or so.
And then like even on this week they had him on the phone like trying to apologize
to Shane.
And then
I got a match.
Then he threw it to Carmella. And he's like telling her like what kind of match it is.
Lumberjack. Yeah. I love the concept of 24/7
just
title. It's just a name and the look really stupid as fuck. You need to change that shit. But it's nice. I like the concept, and it's making a lot of comedic shit. Let's go to predictions.
It reminds me of Crash Hollywood.
Oh god, yeah.
Okay.
Oh god, yeah.
So the first kickoff match is Lars Sullivan versus Lucha House Party.
Lars.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
Just gonna destroy him.
Then Strowman versus Bobby Lashley.
It's gonna be Strowman.
Yeah, I think Strowman's gonna end up winning.
It's gonna be a bullshit match too.
Yeah. Then the 50-man Battle Royal.
Fuck. You're gonna be surprised with my answer.
Carmella?
Kurt Angle.
The Miz.
Ooh. Ooh. I like that one. I like
Mine's
the Miz.
are either Miz or AJ.
Okay.
One of the two are gonna end up.
Okay. So like AJ just does
AJ,
this one.
Well, no, AJ's injury. Number one, it's not his back; it's his calf.
And first off, it's just him healing it.
Yeah.
Like he's cool.
Yeah.
He could still do stuff. It's just like, yo, I'm old.
He just needs some time.
Like I'm not as limber as I used to be. You know. I think Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
For some fucked up reason, I think Kurt Angle's gonna do it.
I think if AJ's not in it, I think the Miz. But if AJ's in it, AJ wins.
Okay.
Then Roman versus Shane. Roman. Triple H versus Randy Orton.
This is an interesting one. I'm gonna say Orton because Orton is still an active superstar, and I think with another big win over, even though the COO or whatever the fuck.
So a win over Triple H is.
It's still big, and I think it's gonna boost Orton back up to a main event. Yeah, exactly. So I think
Orton wins. I think it's gonna be a lot like the Batista match, and it's going to be like brutal. And it's going to be
Orton's going to win with the
RKO
I don't know
or something.
Exactly. Ooh.
Then Intercontinental title, Demon Finn versus Andrade.
Demon Finn.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think if it wasn't the Demon, I could have seen Andrade because they're going to eventually push him big. But
they'll have Andrade win the title at Stomping Grounds or SummerSlam.
Kofi versus Dolph.
Brock Lesnar.
Yep. I think Brock's gonna
Brock Lesnar.
Especially my reasoning with this is okay, like 2 months ago or whatever.
Yes.
When the whole, or maybe it was even 3 months, when the whole rivalry with Seth was going on with Brock.
Yes.
One of the people that jumped Seth was Dolph Ziggler.
Yes. You're right.
To help Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, you're right.
So now Dolph is in with Kofi.
Right.
I could see a situation where Dolph just like kind of beats the holy hell out of Kofi, then just kind of like sits back in the corner.
Yeah.
Brock walks out, F5s him, and then Brock, Dolph, Heyman
Oh, okay.
Or like
Kind of like a faction.
Kind of even maybe throw Shelton Benjamin in it, are all like together.
Okay. Okay. I like it.
Then, I mean, this one you don't even have to ask because obviously Seth Rollins is going to win against Baron Corbin.
We would hope so, right? Unless it's Brock Lesnar again for some fucked up reason.
Then,
yeah, Seth Rollins.
The main event: Taker versus Goldberg.
I don't know. You know what? You know what? I could see WWE doing something really shady in this match. I'm gonna say a disqualification. I'm gonna say a double count out or a disqualification of some sort that's going to lead to Taker Goldberg at SummerSlam.
I think the only way there's a disqualification
is if somebody
is if the Fiend ends up showing up and just annihilates both.
I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think they're gonna do that with Goldberg and Taker.
With Taker, they might.
They might.
Because then Taker versus him at
SummerSlam.
And then Bray gets his win he was supposed to get at WrestleMania.
And then
at SummerSlam.
And then he just keeps on going and destroys everybody in fucking SummerSlam.
I
think it's going to be some bullshit.
I think there's going to be
double count out.
I think that'll be a clear winner. I think Taker ends up winning just because he is the WWE guy.
Yes. I do agree with that. But I think they're going to drag this out.
Yeah, they will. They most likely will. But I also think in the near future, Taker's going to get one of the main titles, and just so he has one last run with it.
I mean, if you're giving Lesnar the title a few times, you might as well give Taker, right?
Taker gets his last ride with the WWE title.
His, no pun intended, last ride
with the WWE title, and then goes off into.
I wouldn't mind that. I really would not mind that, but of course he would have to be in good enough shape to do at least one show a month.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, Brock didn't know to do one show a month.
Exactly.
And I think with Taker, it's more acceptable because people will just be like,
it's Taker. He's 54, 55, whatever. Let him have it. All right. I want to know. We're going to play a little game because it's the beginning of June. The beginning of June means that we are in SummerSlam season right now. Give me the Universal Championship match and the WWE Championship match for SummerSlam, and if there's going to be any Legends versus Legends or Legends versus some star, you know, those big ones, those WrestleMania matches.
Okay.
Give me a few. Give me those.
Universal?
Yes.
I think will be, just because I think eventually he's going to get pushed up this high, and it'll be Seth Rollins versus Cesaro.
Ooh.
Just because I don't think Brock's going for Universal. I think he's going for WWE.
Okay.
Then SummerSlam for WWE, I think will be a multi-person match. I think it'll be Brock versus KO versus Kofi.
Okay.
Versus who else is that? Possibly Bray.
Yeah. Okay.
And all right. Although if Bray is on Raw,
right,
I could see Bray versus
Rollins versus Bray,
and then either way, Bray I think ends up
winning,
getting the title at SummerSlam.
I think I gotta think like WWE. My initial reaction for the Universal title is Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins. Yeah. That would be fucking phenomenal. It would make a lot of sense. But I can somehow see, and I know this is going to be stupid and fucked up, I can honestly see Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns with maybe AJ Styles in the match. A triple threat.
I could see Seth versus AJ, but I don't think I think if Roman's involved in the match, it'll be SmackDown.
It'll be the SmackDown one, the WWE Championship.
Yeah. Especially if Brock is that champion.
I have a different one for the WWE Championship match. And like you said, you know, Taker being part-time, you know, you should get one more last run. There's somebody else that's very part-time, and you know he's going to get another run.
Stone Cold?
To break the record. To break the record.
Stone Cold?
Brock Lesnar as WWE Champion versus John Cena.
I don't think Cena, just because at the other times when he was going to come back, he's actually wanted to come back. I don't think Cena really cares anymore or wants to do it anymore.
I don't know, man. They gave The Rock a fucking title, against CM Punk, and all that shit.
No, they did, but Rock wanted that.
Right.
Cena at this point doesn't seem to want it.
It would make a lot of viewers.
It would make
Lesnar
a lot of money.
versus Cena, SummerSlam, especially for the WWE Championship.
Cena again.
Exactly. It would make sense. Yeah. I'm saying it. We're getting the WWE title, Lesnar versus Cena at SummerSlam. I could see some kind of weird shit with Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles for the Universal title. I don't think
Roman will be involved in it. I think if you were saying like a possible Legends match.
Yeah. Taker versus Goldberg.
No.
Two.
Well, yeah, but
Taker versus Goldberg.
I think in their last ditch effort to make him top face.
Who?
Roman versus The Rock.
That would be cool. That would be cool.
And you have a return of Jackass Rock.
Jackass Rock. The Corporation Rock.
No, when he came back as Hollywood.
Hollywood, yes. Hollywood Rock. That would be interesting.
Where he beat the shit out of the Hurricane.
Yeah. Dear Lord, yes. Dear Lord, yes. I think that would be fun. But yeah, I think... it's SummerSlam season, and I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think I could see Rock having a match.
Oh, I can too.
Especially because it's in LA again, isn't it? Or is it in New York? One of the two.
I think it's in LA.
Yeah. I could see that kind of being their last ditch
to try
effort
to get way over.
Reigns super over. But even if they do that, I don't know if it'll work because... Yeah, having a match with The Rock.
Do you think Reigns will ever be over?
Not as over as they think he should be.
I mean,
if anything, him coming back from cancer was supposed to be.
It was. I was about to
say. And it kind of was for a little
while. But
it was kind of was for a little while.
Yeah. But still, nobody wanted to see him as champ. They didn't.
I think
they don't.
I think also the big problem too is. And Ambrose said this in his interview too about Roman. If they just let him be him,
he'll be fine.
He'd be good.
Yeah.
It's just they're not letting him.
No.
And they're having him stick with his same thing. But he's still
not. I mean, he's good. He's better on the mic, but he's not good enough to be like, yo, free roam.
Yeah.
Do what you want. He's not good enough. But we all know WWE writers don't give a fuck if you're good enough or not. They still give you a fucking script.
Honestly, I kind of thought of this for a little while.
Yeah.
While they were teaming up with the Usos and Roman.
That'd be a nice faction.
If you were to go the route, which they're avoiding, of turning him heel and turning the Usos heel again.
That'd be nice. It would work.
You could let Jimmy and Jay talk for him. Yeah. Because both of them are really good on the mic.
And you know what? Fuck it. Why don't you go kind of WCW style and put Samoa Joe in this and make this a fucking Samoan faction?
Well, the reason they wouldn't do that is kind of Paul Heyman's comment about Samoa Joe. That even though Joe is Samoan, he's not that Samoan. he's
not that
version
Samoan.
of Samoan.
No, yeah, I guess not. So
if anything, if he was up for it, I could more see someone like The Rock,
right,
showing up every once in a while, just kind of boosting him up and then leaving, disappearing. Yeah. I mean, he might. He likes the kind of limelight of being in the WWE again. But I don't know if Rowan. Same thing with Braun. I don't think any of them will ever be over as
Braun had his chance, and WWE shit all over him. Well,
but that was also on him.
It was because he got that to his head.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'll just show up late and leave early. And they're like, well, you're going to do that. We're not going to give you the main roster. We're not going to give you the main event spot.
Yeah.
We're not going to give you that for much longer.
Yeah.
No matter how old
Although
you are.
that's also
And he's died down.
Yeah.
Very much.
Although, like I sent you, like I
SummerSlam
sent you the other day.
Yeah.
He has been the Saudi Arabia champion for almost 400 days now. And people say they're not pushing him.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I got another SummerSlam match prediction. And it's not a title match, and it's not a fucking Legends match. But I think it if done right, this could turn into a very good and very anticipated match. Braun Strowman versus Lars Sullivan.
I think I'm going to go a different route and go a Legends match. Braun Strowman versus the Big Show.
Again? They have great matches with each other.
Yeah.
They do. But if done right,
but they only really had one match. It was that cage match.
They had another one or two. They did.
No, I think it was just. I thought it was just that one.
No, they had a few matches to try to up Strowman up and had him power slam Big Show and win.
Cage, yeah.
But I would like that. I would like another steel cage match of Strowman versus Big Show. That would be a lot of fun.
That's another person who like there's like 3 or 4 people that I've always thought like kind of deserve like one last shot with the title. One was Kane.
Yes.
Triple H.
Yes.
I mean, he had one 3 years ago, but I always thought like
it's like 4 years ago now.
Right? Yeah, with the Rumble and everything.
Yeah,
4 or 5 years. But Triple H.
Taker needs one more.
Yeah, Taker.
He deserves it. Yeah, give him the Universal title for one time.
Yeah.
For 2 months or 3 months.
So yeah, just had every title.
Exactly.
And even what was I mean, it's impossible, but I mean, not really, because he says he's in shape enough to do it. What, Austin? Just let him randomly run out and stun the shit out of people. See, like, if one person were to win Money in the Bank without doing a damn thing.
Austin would be perfect.
If Austin would just shown up, climbed on the ladder, and grabbed it.
You're right.
Everyone would have been quite like, what the fuck?
And just flicking everybody off, just having beers, just like, what the
Then the briefcase could have been a cooler.
It could have been.
Like,
it fucking could have been. It could have been a cooler. What the fuck? WWE, get this shit going. Get Austin back. Come on.
Like, that would have been like
oh my god, that would be amazing.
And like, just, I think for the first like minute or two, people would have no reaction. They'd just be like, what the fuck just happened?
Like, wait, did Stone Cold Steve Austin
just win Money in the Bank?
Just win Money in the Bank? What? And then he would just come on every fucking show, Raw and SmackDown, and just stun both Rollins and Kofi every fucking week until he finally wants to cash in, and he does. And then he has one last match at WrestleMania and with the title and loses
against Triple H. Like, that's kind of what I've always wanted to see too. Like one last match between, because like people keep saying like the last like one-on-one match between Triple H and Rock is what people kind of wanted to see.
No, we want
but I'd rather see Triple H Austin like one last.
I do too. I want to see Triple H Austin one last time.
Or even Taker and Kane.
We might get that as Super Showdown.
I mean,
probably like the one in November or October. We might get.
Oh yeah, their other.
Yeah, they got another. Yeah, the King of the Best in the World tournament or whatever the bullshit you're gonna get. But no, I would love to see it. Yeah, Undertaker versus Kane one more time. But Triple H and Austin, man, those two had fucking matches. God damn.
And that's kind of like one thing I always disagreed about with like one of like this was like way back after Jericho won the Universal title. Like one of his promos he cut on Triple H was basically saying how like Triple H like in those times in the 90s when you were winning, you were the champion, but you were like never the guy. I don't actually believe that. Because Triple H was.
Oh yeah, he was the guy. He was the fucking guy.
Because Rock, like Austin was his little tweener, like kind of face, Rock was obviously top face. But Triple H was always the guy who always ended up
With
getting
title.
it in.
Always.
Like,
It's like,
had
Jesus
his had
Christ, Triple
DX,
H has
had
it
Shawn
again.
Michaels. He
had Vince McMahon, had the power trip with Austin,
Yeah.
you know?
And like in all his matches, like hell, the 3 stages of hell with him and Austin.
Oh my god, that was the best. That was one of the best matches. Yeah, and he won. Triple H fucking won.
Yeah, because
It's
I think
what the
first
fuck?
one I think was no normal match.
Yep.
Second was Steel Cage.
No, Street Fight.
Yeah, no, second was Steel Cage. Third was Street Fight. Because they did the cage on the Street Fight.
Okay.
And like Triple H won by escaping the cage.
Yeah.
And then the cage raised, and it was.
And then there you go.
The Street Fight. And like that's kind of like one funny video I watched on YouTube this morning where it was like 15 ways Triple H almost committed murder.
Yes! I didn't see that yet, but yeah, 15 ways that he almost committed murder.
Like one was throwing Shawn Michaels through the window. Then the other was throwing Mick Foley through the cell.
Oh my god.
Repetitively hitting people in the face with the sledgehammer.
Yes, with the sledgehammer.
Arranging vehicular homicide
against Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, that. Oh man, Jesus Christ.
But yeah, like their rivalry, like for as good as the Rock Triple H one was, it was always like just amazing. Rock and Triple H Austin.
Oh fuck yeah!
Like even like the brief time when Triple H was the good guy and Austin was the heel.
Exactly.
Like,
it was like what the fuck?
It was still like just amazing what the two of them were did in the
amazing chemistry. Amazing fucking chemistry.
And that's why I think when the time comes, and it should be within the next 2 or 3 years, that Triple H on his own is in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
For as much as people say like, oh, Stephanie or Shane or Vince or Shawn or Rick should induct him, I think it should be Austin. I think Austin or The Rock would be like perfect.
Would be perfect for them,
to induct him.
Exactly.
Or even
those three have had so many fucking.
Or even if you go newer person, Orton.
Well, yeah, I mean that. Yeah, you could say Orton.
But I think like Rock or Stone
perfect.
Cold would be like great to induct Triple H, and he needs to be in on his own soon because he probably should have been in on his own before he was in with DX. But I understand why he made that decision.
Right.
Because he wanted China and he wanted Billy. And the only way in fucking hell that Billy Gunn or Road Dogg would get in the Hall of Fame, same with X-Pac, would be DX.
Agreed.
And I think...
So when he does finally go in alone...
Should be Rock or Austin to induct him. The same thing with when Taker goes in.
Right.
Like, most likely it would be Kane.
Yes.
But another kind of other direction person that would be interesting would be Heyman.
Yes, because he brought Taker in.
Yeah, and he brought Brock.
Yes, and he brought Brock, and he was also he brought Taker into WCW.
Yeah,
and started his career.
Yeah,
as as Calloway.
Yeah,
as I forgot. It was like Crushing Calloway or something.
Because like I keep thinking about like everyone saying like, oh, the people that aren't in the Hall of Fame that deserve to, like obviously Owen, but that's a different reason. That's because his wife won't let him be in. But like I keep thinking more of people that are like yeah, Owen was amazing. It's like terrible what happened. But there's other people that I'm thinking that are like, even if they weren't wrestling anymore now, like right now, Orton, Triple H, AJ, because the short time he was here, he dominated.
Yeah, no, AJ,
Daniel,
yes, I agree.
Taker Kane,
Show for sure.
Could consider Batista. Batista did a lot, and he
did. I'm sorry to say, but you got to put Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
once Jericho,
this isn't gonna. That's not.
Once Jericho kind of calms down with this whole AEW bullshit.
I don't think it's just because of what he did. I don't think it. Or you could even go like the way new people, Rollins, eventually.
Yes. Reigns.
They'll put Reigns
They'll
in
put
just because
Reigns in.
it's Reigns.
New Day.
If Usos.
Yeah, Usos, New Day.
Dolph. Because Dolph and Miz have done a ton.
I can see
won
the
every
Miz.
title.
But yeah, you're right. Even though Dolph has just kind of like subsided, into just beat up on Dolph type shit. I can see Dolph, yeah. I see the Miz more than Dolph though, for sure.
Let's see what else is there. If the dust were to ever settle in this issue,
CM Punk.
Yep.
CM Punk. I agree. I'm sorry to say you're gonna get Natalya in there.
Yeah.
Because
even if you go women though, I mean most except Sasha because Sasha's going.
Charlotte's for sure.
Alexa,
Becky.
Natalya. I mean
Natalya will get in.
She will get in. Bailey maybe. Bailey's won a lot.
Yeah,
she's like 4. I mean, all of them do.
Yeah,
but I mean, Alexa's already won like 6 titles.
Charlotte, Alexa, and Becky Lynch, I think are already guarantees in.
Yeah.
Probably even Ronda Rousey.
I don't know about like maybe, but I can't see them if she wins. Like, actually comes back and wins more.
She will. I think she will because she's still under contract. It's just that she wants to take a maternal leave to try to get preggers and
fuck to Christian.
Yes.
The Hardys.
Oh, guaranteed. Yes. Yes. Oh yeah. Hardys might get in about a year or 2 from now.
Yeah.
They might be like really fucking soon. Depending on how Bray Wyatt goes.
Bray. I mean, he's a WWE champ, but that's really the only title he's won.
Oh yeah. That and the tag title.
With Matt Hardy. But here's like the interesting thing I was thinking about with the Hardys. And same with Edge and Christian, because Christian definitely should be in. With Edge or without him, he should be in because he's been amazing.
Well, I mean, he will be in with Edge. Yeah. It will be Edge and Christian for sure.
But if you look at the 2 Hardys, Jeff can go in on his own.
Yes.
Would Matt be able to?
No. No, he will not. Because all of the stuff that he did singles-wise was in TNA.
He won the ECW title.
Well, you're going to put Bobby Lashley in there, too?
They probably will.
Yeah. Finn Balor. If he was first
Universal champion.
Yes.
He was an NXT champion for like 2.5 years.
Yes.
He was an Intercontinental
champion 2-time already. Yeah. I could see Finn.
Oh yeah, he is 2-time, just because the first time he won was so stupid.
He fucked it all up.
Yeah, I could see Finn getting in, especially being one of Triple H's people.
Oh god.
Fuck. I mean, if you're going NXT people, fuck Johnny.
We'll see.
Adam Cole.
How about Adam Cole? How about Adam Cole winning the NXT title?
I loved it, but the one issue I had with that show, they should have won the tag titles too.
Well, yeah.
And
they should have
run everything.
Right. They should have had Undisputed Era run it all. But I wonder why they didn't.
I think part of it was the whole eventually Street Profits were gonna get the titles because they've been in there for a year or 2, so they were gonna get it eventually. But of the 2 teams,
does that mean that Undisputed Era might be called up after SummerSlam?
Maybe.
Or
because they have called up the champion before while he was a champion, like Owens.
Yes.
When he won the U.S. title while he was still on NXT.
Exactly.
Or Paige winning the women's title when she was still Divas, the NXT women's title.
Yeah, you're right.
So I could see them calling up the Undisputed Era. I think, honestly, the perfect position for them would be Shane loses at Super Showdown.
Yes.
Gets pissed at McIntyre. Gets pissed at McIntyre, pissed at Revival, pissed at Elias, either saying they cost him the match or they didn't do enough to help him. Then he said, you know what? That after calling people who I know can get shit done right, who I know have the right stuff to basically take this brand and help me get to where I need to be. I'm calling in Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era.
That would be amazing. That would be fucking amazing. They need to get this shit done.
Yeah, and like that. My only problem, like with Adam Cole winning, and I loved the match. I loved him winning.
Yeah.
Was my thought process right after the match, which I texted a few of my friends. This was, oh shit! This means Johnny Gargano is going up main roster to be forgotten about.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. And you know what? I don't think he's going to be called up until after. Well, actually, wasn't he already about to get called up? But then
because he was supposed to come up with Ciampa,
but Ciampa got injured.
Yeah, because they did come up together.
Right. They did.
DIY.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Then Ciampa got hurt,
and then he's out for like 8 to 10 months.
Yeah. So they might wait with him until Ciampa's back and bring him as a team again.
Tag team again. Or maybe they'll bring him up and after SummerSlam and then he'll just be forgotten just like everybody else.
Yeah.
He'll just be like Aleister Black in a fucking dark room saying like, yo, somebody come get me. I'm just going to sit here.
Yeah.
All right, cool. You know, I wish I had a Firefly Funhouse or something.
But that's also
Fuck.
The big problem they have kind of with him is what I told you about weeks ago with the whole superstar shakeup. Was he was supposed to be on Raw with Ricochet as a team. He was not supposed to be on his own yet, and they're throwing this all together now. Because it was supposed to be Ricochet and Aleister.
Yeah.
But Charlotte got pissed that Andrade was moved to Raw.
Yeah.
Because that's her boyfriend or whatever. Yep. So she wanted him back on SmackDown.
Got her way.
So I think originally Aleister and Ricochet were on SmackDown.
Yep.
So they moved Andrade over. Then they figured if we're moving Andrade over, we got to move someone over to Raw. And it was Ricochet.
Oh, yeah, Ricochet. It was Ricochet, yeah.
Which, honestly, after this whole series is over, I could see Ricochet being U.S. champ and doing a lot with him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think they could do that for sure.
But Aleister, it's a little different.
I say you just put him in another feud with Andrade on SmackDown and you just make that happen for a bit.
Yeah.
In the summertime.
I could see that, but
You know what they don't have anymore? They don't have, like, #1 contendership matches at main events. I mean, at pay-per-views. You could do so much of the storyline with a #1 contendership, even if it's for the Intercontinental title or the Universal title, for the United States title. How awesome would it be for like a SummerSlam match for Aleister Black versus Andrade in a ladder match? Winner gets a #1 contendership, gets an Intercontinental Championship match. Yeah. How cool would that be?
Yeah.
But WWE doesn't know what the fuck they're doing anymore. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They have so much talent that they could do so much with, and they don't do shit.
Or it's even the same with, like, the whole, like, 205 Live thing. Yeah. Where they, like, kind of took everyone off the show and are still like, oh, shit, we still need to have title matches for this Cruiserweight title.
Yeah,
and we took, like, 5 of their roster away.
And then they just put them on Raw and SmackDown, and then they get lost in this bum rush of the 24/7 title.
Yeah, and, like, that's kind of the reason I think soon that shows 205 Live is going to get canceled.
Oh, yeah.
I think the 24/7 title will end up being on just one of the shows.
I think it's going to... No, because they're trying to do this whole, like, YouTube shit. Like, oh, yeah, follow the 24/7.
But you could still do that with it being on Raw.
Yeah, but no, it's going to be on SmackDown.
But I could see... And, well, the reason I'm saying this is that I could see Raw getting that, SmackDown getting the Cruiserweight title. Like, SmackDown's always had the Cruiserweight title.
Okay.
And then each has an additional low-card title.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Especially since, like, the women's tag titles jump between shows. Which, that's one thing that... I like Nikki Cross beating Peyton.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, that was good. Like, especially the way it ended with Alexa, like, flipping out and, like, getting the DDT on Billie Kay. And, like, that was good. But my issue with those titles right now is I love them as champions. But like 4 weeks ago.
They're killing them.
Well, not just that. They do that with the champions all the time, except for the New Day.
Yeah.
But like 4 weeks ago, Paige said she was going to bring a team that was going to challenge them for the titles. After week 2, they haven't been seen on the show.
You're right. You're right. You don't see them on the show anymore. All of a sudden, just Kyrie Sane and fucking Asuka are gone.
Yeah,
gone. Bye. Just flutter away. That's a WWE problem. They have a lot of problems. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
They do, and
they do, but you know what I mean. They have so much talent. They don't have enough hours, and they don't know how to utilize the hours to get these people
friend
some fucking.
Actually had a good suggestion
of
how they can solve this.
Oh, I know. I got one too.
If depending on where they keep SmackDown, if it's staying on Tuesday or going on Friday again.
Yeah.
Thursday night, you have a new show.
Yes.
The new show is the return of WCW with WCW Thunder. And it has WCW belts, WCW championship. But even though WWE owns it, it's completely separate from WWE. So this show can be the TV PG-13, 14.
Okay.
It could be the more aggressive, more violent show. And it has its own championships, its own storylines, its own authority people. And it goes on Thursday as the return of WCW Thunder.
Well, WWE already has that coming up. It's called AEW.
if they actually
No, I think they should come up with a new show. An all-women's show.
They could, and there was rumors that they might do that.
Yeah. I think that would be perfect. And you put it on WWE Network, kind of like your NXT.
And that's like the whole NXT thing is.
And you see how it goes.
There's one reason why, like, people are saying, like, oh, after that AEW show, like, WWE's got to be scared. I could have seen Triple H kind of sitting back, like, oh, you thought that was good? Watch this. And then take over, and people kind of like, oh, what happened to
Yeah, what happened to AEW again? Oh, yeah, that's right. And now I like what the...
and then you have the NXT UK, too.
That's going to be on the same day as one of the pay-per-views of AEW, which is going to be very, very interesting, and we're going to see who gets the most viewerships that weekend.
But that's kind of hard to determine
because it's
what WWE stuff is because it is on the network, so they don't have to release.
So you can actually watch the AEW and then watch
it at the kind of at the same time too. If you wanted to,
exactly. So
and that's
I don't know how that's really going to work.
And that's also kind of an idea I had, leaning towards me thinking WWE still has something in AEW. Is like they would kind of do something like that where they run 2 shows at once. Like, money, come on,
bring in the money. Exactly.
And like the next NXT pay-per-view is the one in Chicago, and headline is right now Paige versus Jericho, and I think
AEW.
Yeah. And Omega.
No, they have another one. No, they have one in actually about 3 weeks. I think it's in Brooklyn.
Oh.
Because the Chicago one is in August.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that's in Chicago is the one that's going to go up against the UK, NXT UK. Oh, no, fuck, man. Fuck, I gotta look at
if that's not the one that goes up against UK, I think UK will beat them because the one that's in Chicago is the one with the title matches and with Omega versus Dean Ambrose or Moxley, and like all these other matches.
Jesus, that's really fucked up.
If the one that's coming up doesn't have those matches, like it'll be good because people still have the shock of Double or Nothing and everything, so they'll watch. But I don't think it'll do too much against the WWE and NXT.
All right, so we got Fighter Fest.
Yeah. Oh,
June 29th.
That's just
Daytona Beach, Florida.
I don't think it's an actual pay-per-view. I think that's just an online thing.
Okay, and then they got another one, Fight for the Fallen, July 13th, 2019, Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
And then, of course, All Out,
And I think those two are just kind of like live shows, and then All Out is the pay-per-view.
And then okay, gotcha.
Because I don't think they're gonna have like kind of big matches at the Fight for the Fallen and the other ones, but I don't think that's an actual pay-per-view. I think it's just kind of their version of a live event.
Gotcha.
Which is weird because they kind of said that they weren't doing that stuff,
but now they are.
But yeah, now they are. Yeah. That was my whole thought during the Double or Nothing when you had like Cody Rhodes do the whole destroying Triple H's throne thing and everything. Like as I was watching it, I was just thinking to myself, I think you kind of destroyed the wrong person's thing. Because it's not like it was Triple H who was forcing you to stay Stardust.
Yeah,
it was the other person.
Exactly.
And I don't think you want to anger the person who's running NXT right now, because he may just go be like, who was just let me see, who was just became a free agent from TNA right now. Here, I gotta find out. It was someone kind of big.
It was.
It's Mickey James. That's AJ.
Mickey James.
No, she got later again.
Who was it? Who came out of TNA? Who is now a free agent in the wrestling world of TNA?
Eli Drake.
Okay.
And obviously, because it's the two companies, everyone's saying that AEW and WWE kind of gonna fight for him. But I could honestly see Triple H going okay, AEW, that's cute or whatever. Want to come here? I'll give you this big a contract and guarantee you're going to be a main eventer in NXT next week.
There you go. Like a Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere, dun, 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 dun. I got nothing else.
Joe Flacco still sucks.
I gotta do those
games. And he's just not playing because he's afraid of the inevitability that you're going to have to draft Joe Flacco number 1 overall.
I just haven't had the time.
Because you know you're going to be the one who's drafting him.
Never!
It's gonna be you.
No!
You're already down. My receiver's gonna be a bit of the MVP.
Fuck no.
If he ever gets to play again.
I'm James.
I'm Adam.
This is the Pub List!
And Joe Flacco still